Every book begins with a page, but some pages are not just written, they are fought for. Welcome to The Open Page. I'm your host Sonia, and today I'm opening multiple pages from women's history in Pakistan. Pages filled with courage, poetry, resistance, and voices that refuse to remain silent. Because the story of feminism in Pakistan is not a single chapter. It's a long, unfolding narrative of women who challenged laws, questioned traditions, and demanded justice. Before we turn to the voices of literature, let us briefly look at some of the books that document this powerful journey. One of the most influential work is Women of Pakistan, Two Steps Forward, One Step Back by Khabar Mumtaz and Farida Shahid. This landmark study chronicles the emergence of the Women's Action Forum, the organization that became the backbone of feminist resistance during General Ziaul Haq's military regime. Another important work is Rubina Sehgal's The Pakistan Women's Movement, Strategies in Resistance. Sehgal maps how feminist activism evolved from development-oriented initiatives into a powerful rights-based movement and challenged state laws and patriarchal structures. And then there is Shahnaz Khan's Zia, Transnational Feminism and the Moral Regulation of Pakistani Women, a critical examination of how the Hudud ordinances controlled women's bodies and lives. Together, these books remind us that history is not only written in textbooks, it is written in protests, poetry, and everyday acts of resistance. The roots of organized women's activism in Pakistan can be traced back to 1949, when Begum Rana Liaquat Ali Khan founded the All Pakistan Women's Association, APWA. But the feminist movement took a dramatic turn during the late 1970s and early 1980s when General Ziaul Haq's Islamization policies introduced laws such as the Hudud ordinances. These laws blurred the line between rape and adultery, making it dangerously difficult for women to seek justice. In response, women refused silence. In 1981, activists, lawyers, writers, and scholars came together to form the Women's Action Forum. And by 1982, feminist resistance had erupted into public protests. Women marched in the streets of Lahore, opposing the proposed law of evidence which suggested that a woman's testimony could count as half that of a man. The response from the state was brutal. Women were beaten, arrested, and tear-gassed. But something powerful had already begun. For the first time, feminist activism in Pakistan became visible, confrontational, and unapologetically political. And alongside protests and legal battles, literature became one of the most powerful weapons of resistance. Let us now turn to three remarkable writers whose words became part of this struggle. First, Femida Riaz. Her poetry challenged authoritarianism, patriarchy, and censorship. In poems like Chadar or Char Diwari, Riaz exposes the hypocrisy of a society that confined women to the veil and the home. Her voice was fearless, lyrical, and revolutionary. Then there is Kishwar Nahid, whose iconic poem Hum Gunahgar Auratein, We Sinful Women, became an anthem for feminist protest. In those lines, Nahid celebrates women who refuse obedience, who reject imposed morality, and who dare to speak. For many women, marching in the 1980s, her poetry was not just literature, it was a declaration of defiance. And moving to contemporary fiction, we encounter Kamila Shamsi, one of Pakistan's most globally celebrated novelists. In her novel Broken Verses, Shamsi explores memory, political repression, and the silencing of dissent during the Zia era. At the center of the novel is Asmani Inqalab, a charismatic poet and political activist. Through her poetry and public speeches, she challenges authoritarian power and patriarchal structures. Asmani Inqalab becomes a symbol of resistance, someone who dares to speak truth in a time when dissenting voices were systematically suppressed. The story unfolds through the perspective of Alia, Asmani's daughter. Alia grows up haunted by her mother's absence and the unanswered questions surrounding her disappearance. As she begins to investigate the past, Alia reconstructs fragments of memory, uncovering both personal truths and the hidden political history of the period. Her journey becomes a search not only for her mother, but also for lost voices and erased narratives. Another important figure in the novel is Shahnaz Saeed, once a friend and later a rival of Asmani. Through Shahnaz, Shamsi explores the complexities of intellectual life and political compromise. Her character reveals how personal ambition, ideological conflict, and political pressures can fracture solidarity within activist circles. Through these characters, Broken Verses reveals how authoritarian regimes attempt to control not only politics, but also the culture, literature, and women's voices. Yet the novel also shows that memory and storytelling remains powerful forms of resistance. Ultimately, Kamila Shamsi's Broken Verses reminds us that even when voices are silenced, stories endure. Through the legacy of Asmani and Alia's search for truth, the novel reflects the ongoing struggle between power and dissent, silence and remembrance in Pakistan's political and cultural history. From poetry to protest, from novels to street demonstrations, these writers remind us that storytelling itself is a form of resistance. Today, the feminist movement in Pakistan continues to evolve. From the struggles of the Women's Action Forum in the 1980s to the vibrant intersectional activism of the Aurat March, new generations are carrying forward the legacy of resistance. They raise slogans for bodily autonomy, economic justice, and gender equality. They challenge violence, discrimination, and silence. And they remind us that feminism in Pakistan has never been a borrowed idea. It has always been deeply rooted in local histories, cultural struggles, and courageous voices. So today, as we close this page of history, we remember something important. Movements are not only built by leaders, they are built by voices. Voices that write, voices that speak, voices that refuse silence. Because every time a woman tells her story, a new page opens. And here, on the open page, we will keep turning those pages until every story is heard. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and keep opening new pages.